It's a little different in Brazil. It's more natural how you accept yourself and who you are and how you take care of yourself. We don't compare ourselves as much as I think here in the United States. Obviously, there is a comparison anywhere in the world, but I think we just have like this extra, I don't know, confidence in Brazil.
Welcome back to OK Sister Podcast. My name is Mads.
My name is Scout, and yeah, we're here.
Welcome to the Delulu lair.
This is like, okay. I know we're not supposed to. Remember those?
What? Start again.
Loading. Okay.
Loading.
Do you remember those days where you're not supposed to talk about how busy you are because people think that's
Busy
nauseating?
I still think that, but sure, go ahead.
Just to it's more of like a backstory of how I am the way I am right now.
Sure. Little context.
I'm running a marathon and I'm almost at the end. The end will be after I'm done recording these intros.
Yeah.
Saturday, I had a 1-year-old's birthday party. Saturday night, I went to the JFS Gala. Sunday morning, I drove up here early and I went to an incredible 5-hour mastermind workshop at Kathy Heller's house that I was invited to. Then I went to the Polo Lounge at nighttime to have dinner with Christina from my team and my friends.
We like that.
3 glasses of champagne. Monday.
That was very surprising, the 3 glasses of champagne.
Yeah, because literally, so Monday morning I spoke on a panel and the thought of being a little bit hungover for a panel was like nothing because I didn't have a kid. So I was like, I don't give a shit. I can do that.
Right, I see what you're saying.
If I had a kid in the morning, I absolutely would not have had 3 glasses of champagne.
You can't be hungover with a kid.
No.
That doesn't work.
So everything is easier now when the kid's not around.
So hangovers are easier without the kid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I wasn't hungover because I drank a lot of water. But anyways, then the morning I woke up at Monday and I went to a conference where I spoke on a panel.
Yes.
Then, got back to my room and I've kind of like hibernated at the hotel the rest of the day because it's a lot of,
it's a lot of socializing.
Lots of socializing. Then Tuesday I woke up, we've done 3 podcast interviews and now we're doing our intros and then I'm going to go drive home. And then I'm going to turn back around on Thursday to come back to LA with Lily. Like it is just, but let me just tell you something.
Okay. You are telling me something, but keep going. You've been telling me something the past fucking 3 minutes.
So I'm an introvert.
Yeah, we could tell.
These things are like socializing and being with people exhausts me. And I'm tired, but I am so lit up by everything I've done.
Yeah.
Everything is like, I'm so grateful.
The duality.
Right?
The duality.
But I wrote in my journal that I'm so grateful because this week, the amount of opportunities that have come to me and the amount of people, and I've been warring with, I don't like being away from Lily that long, so that's why I'm going home to get her, to bring her back. But it's this moment of like, okay, this is a heavy week. It's a busy week, but it's everything that I'm so happy about. And as a mom, to make that work.
To make it work, yeah.
I'm going to bring her with me to an event. And I'm going to bring her with us to Malibu.
I've been thinking about this a lot. And this kind of seems like the theme of all the episodes we've recorded today is this like duality of like both things can be true. It also like doesn't have to be all flowers and rainbows and roses for it to be like fulfilling
and in alignment.
Yeah. I think we forget that where we're like, oh, it's not 100% feeling good. Oh, not in alignment. Get the fuck out.
Totally.
Where, Tinks has this segment on her podcast where she likes to complain. Like she'd just be like, what are you like annoyed about this week or whatever? There's like a complaining. She's like, I think complaining gets a bad rap. And I really love that. I was like, fuck yeah. I want to just like complain about shit and whatever, but also be so grateful at the same time that these things are happening. Like,
I can complain about being exhausted and being like needing 24 hours of alone time while also knowing that I'm pushing myself this week because everything is amazing. And guess what I'm going to do next week? Guess what I'm going to do next week? Get in bed at 8 every single night. I don't have anything going on next week. I have no social plans. And I'm going to get cupping.
There you go. So a huge update in my life.
Oh.
Huge update.
Am I ready?
I am now a member.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Of the Little Beach House Malibu.
They call it, what do they call it? Soho? Is that what they call it? Is that what you're talking about? Soho?
The funniest thing is that, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's so dumb because, like,
No, but you just like that room. You just want to be in that room.
I more so, it's something, and again, also, this is going to kind of sound dumb, but I don't give a shit because I I know how it makes me feel and whatever. It's the feeling of it. And we talk a lot about this.
Dude, this is not dumb. This is fantastic.
No, it's fantastic. I know. But the thing is, I've manifested it for so long and have been wanting to be in that space. And again, not to brag or not to have like external validation and be like, oh, you want to come to Soho House with me? Like none of that. It's the fact that when I'm there, I honestly like feel like my higher self and I feel like this elevated version of myself. It just is. I'm not even going to try to explain it or apologize for it. It just,
I don't know why you're apologizing.
I don't know why.
Yeah, this is weird. I literally expected you to have a Soho Malibu House membership 2 years ago.
Right, I know. So it just like took a while.
You love Malibu.
We love Malibu.
You love Malibu.
And we love nice shit and
Yes,
luxury. And it just like really fits everything. But it was funny. I was at, talk about Malibu. I was at Nobu Malibu because Crown Affair had this event for their new air dry mousse, which also huge update. We need to talk about. You need to report back with the air dry
Yes,
mousse.
I'll wash my hair tomorrow and try it out.
You need to try it out. It changed my entire hair.
So did you
It's
just
insane.
use the mousse or anything else?
Just the mousse.
Okay,
Like-
I'm just gonna wet my hair tomorrow and try it out.
I'm gonna say something. Like I was very skeptical because like when the fuck have we? When was the last time we used a mousse? Middle school when our hair. Paul Mitchell mousse, where we went to school with crunchy curly hair. So I was like,
but Crown Affair, everything Crown Affair does is
revolutionizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
I'm like,
I
is
trust
Diana
them with my
just
life.
in the lab all day?
She's in the lab. She's in the lab.
I haven't seen her with the lab coat, but she's there.
She's in the lab.
She's there.
So I was like, Crown Affair, let's see. Let's see what you could do with this mousse, my middle school mousse. Okay, I push it in. I scrunch it in. I'm like, doo-doo-doo. And I'm waiting, and I'm like, okay, let's see.
Looks phenomenal.
Bombshell.
Like,
the curly hair of my dreams.
Yeah.
I couldn't, but not a frizz in sight.
it was
Defined
very
curls,
beautiful.
not too big. Beach waves. When have I had beach waves?
Are you a SoCal girl?
Guys, I was in Malibu with the beach waves at the Soho House. It was fantastic. Anyway, so that morning I had gotten the news that I was accepted, and it felt like this like cosmic, again, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but it just felt like holy shit. And I sat in that moment of like pleasure and excitement, and I ran to Soho House Malibu. I was like, I'm a new member, like let me in. And I just was there. But anyway, so I went to Nobu after for this launch of the product, and Lindsay Carter was there, founder of Set Active, and she came out to me. And on my story that day, I had said like, when you manifest something after 2 years and it like finally comes true. And she was like, wait, what did you manifest? And I was like, oh my God, you watch my stories, first of all. And then second, I was like, and it was like a Soho House Malibu membership. And she was crying, laughing. She was like, I could have got you in. Like, what are you doing?
I know. The fact that you weren't in was like so confusing to me.
She was like, this was like so years ago. Like, why aren't you in? And I was like, well, it took a while, but here we are. Anyway, so that was really funny. But yeah, so I've been going back every single day since. So
they need to open up one in San Diego. That's the one thing San Diego's lacking is like a Soho House or any cool hotel.
Yeah, well, they have that one members club that we went to.
Yeah.
Next to Seneca.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not getting in.
Oh.
I'll tell you why later.
Oh, shit. You've been shadow banned.
I've been shadow banned, I think.
Oh, shit. Okay. But I also had, so that's a huge update in my life. Like just everyone.
That is a huge update.
That's a huge update.
We're going together, you, me, and Lily. Are kids allowed at Soho?
You know, I think so.
I don't think so.
Let me call to confirm, but like, I need to see Lily. Yeah. So
the thing about Lily is that I think
there.
she transcends rules.
Yeah.
Just send a photo. Send a video of her sitting, eating popcorn, watching an Nancy Meyers movie.
I've seen kids there. So it's like.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's a kid.
Yeah, she's a kid.
So
that
I
is
think
a big update.
If she gets a little fussy, we're going to have to figure out a solution.
Yeah, we walk away.
We
We go on a tour. She likes tours.
We go on a tour.
Wonderful.
So, another thing that I want to mention is over the weekend, I went to this unbelievable music festival called Just Like Heaven.
Oh, yeah. You saw Passion Pit. I was like, what is happening?
Pit, Phoenix,
wow.
Two Door Cinema Club,
wow.
Death Cab for Cutie.
Wow.
It was. So it's this, obviously, like an indie throwback festival. Fantastic. I went for Canberra. Shout out Golden Voice for giving me tickets. It was so fun. Me and Benjun went because Benjun is Phoenix's #1 bitch.
I can see that.
He is.
Phoenix and Adele, apparently.
Yeah. Ben saw Phoenix on Tuesday in San Francisco. And then and then went with me. He's a groupie.
Oh my God. He's like an Adele Phoenix groupie.
He loves Phoenix so much. Anyways, so we went and we had the greatest time. And I was, putting my stories on Instagram, like, oh my God, Phoenix. And someone DM'd me and was like, the OG listener, OK Sis listeners will know, like, didn't you lose your virginity to a Phoenix song? And I was like, no, it was Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap.
Wait,
but same thing. Or was
I didn't even know that.
Yes, we have told our virginity stories on this
forgot.
podcast.
I literally can't even remember your virginity story. I need a refresh.
Well, the part about the virginity story that is really funny.
No, wasn't it bittersweet?
No, it was Sweet Disposition by Temper Trap. Sweet.
Oh God, no. Okay, we're done. We're done here.
Disposition.
We're done here.
I
don't need to be transported to the moment. Thank you very much.
Anyways, so did you lose your virginity to a Phoenix song?
No, I didn't lose my virginity to any song.
Okay, great. So then she was just misremembering, and so I told her, I said,
"Wow," but also love you, that girl.
I love
wow,
you, and thank God.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here for as long as you have. That really warmed my heart that you remember our virginity stories, and that I did lose my virginity to at least a song within that like 2010 realm.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Wonderful.
And so I just wanted to give the shout out to the sister who's been here for far too long.
Yeah.
That's like scary to know that story is out there, but it is what it is.
I love that. Can I get my update?
Oh, you literally gave me 5 minutes of updates in the beginning.
No, I was setting the scene of why I feel this way.
Okay, some updates.
I have a life update.
Oh.
I haven't actually said it on the podcast.
Oh, do I know it though?
Yeah, you know it. I haven't said it on the podcast yet, but I officially soft launched Review. I never said that the editorial site is alive and well and beautiful and live.
My God.
I know. It's been up for like 2 months. I just keep forgetting to say it on the podcast. So it's www.revieweditorial.com. Review spelled REVUE. I'll put it in the show notes if anyone wants to see it. But
everyone wants to see it.
We're live and articles are being posted 1 to 2 times a week.
So great.
And it looks
I loved the Mother's Day guide. It wasn't really Mother's Day because I wanted every single thing on that guide.
Oh, yeah. It was a great guide.
So it wasn't really.
I'm working on a Father's Day guide right now and a body care guide right now.
Everything on that.
Oh, body care guide, which leads beautifully because into this episode. No, it's not mi gente.
Sorry.
It's just gente. She says, okay, so we learned that in Mexico they say it.
No, in Spanish.
Sorry, in Spanish they say it gente.
But in Portuguese,
they say it gente.
Gente.
They pronounce the G. So it's. She says we could say it however we like.
Yes.
I told her I'm more comfortable in Spanish, so I'm saying gente. But wow,
Mari. Okay, so I first discovered Mari because she's just like a gorgeous model and she's fantastic. And I noticed that she had this brand, Gente, and it's so unique because I don't know. I feel like a lot of models or people who want to go into entrepreneurship, the natural extension would be a skincare brand or something that's like
white labeled and boring.
Right. Or something that they could just slap their name on. But she has been really intentional with exactly the type of product she wants and also developing it from start to finish, incorporating a lot of her cultural influences. So,
from Brazil.
She's from Brazil, and lymphatic drainage is just like part of their routines, their beauty routines over there, where it's kind of like coming up in America now, but it's definitely not something that we like grew up learning about. And so she developed this product that just like, as you're doing lymphatic massage, it really like opens up your lymph nodes and it allows the treatment to just like work so much better.
It was so interesting. She really got into a lot of, so you're really going to love this episode if you are interested in any sort of wellness or beauty
100%.
Treatments,
but also
if you're interested in lymphatic drainage. And she goes into technical details around
how it works,
what lymphatic drainage is, how often she does it, what this product does, why she's obsessed with it, how she watched her mother do it when she grew up in Brazil, how the difference between American beauty standards versus Brazilian beauty standards, Americans' confidence, Brazilians' confidence.
Yeah.
It was a technical beauty episode, but it was also like an inside beauty episode too at the same time.
Absolutely. And she was just so smart and so passionate about what she was building. It really came through.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
We're so excited that she's here.
So without further ado, let's welcome Mari to the podcast.
Mari, Welcome to OK Sister Podcast.
What an honor. What an honor.
What an honor. We have a model in our presence.
It's so nice to be around, fellow models, as Mads and I
know.
are really killing the model game ourselves.
It's just, I'm so excited for the photo we take after this.
Yeah.
We're going to look
Guys,
like
thank
little, like you said, garden gnomes
I'm a
next to
gnome.
the tree.
I'm a gnome. I'm
Next
always a
to the
gnome.
tree. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're
Thank
good?
you guys for having me.
Oh my God, we're so happy to have you. We need to just talk about your brand. Like, let's just dive right in. Why
Wait, I have
don't
a question
we?
first
Oh,
before
okay,
the
sorry.
brand comes in.
Sorry.
It just came to me. What season of life are you in right now?
I love that
Is
question.
it right? Is it a busy season? Is it a planting season? What season are you in?
I think a planting season, but in business, which is like so new for me. I'm in a very big learning season as well, but really like trying to build this brand and hustle and learn as much as I can and just go for it and like really make this work like in a business way and get there and, transition from modeling, all of that, like very like work focused right now.
I feel like a lot of people are in that energy this year for some reason. I don't know what it is. I feel like people are in the kind of planting the seed and really nurturing what they're trying to build this year. So I love that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the transition from modeling to Gente Beauty, which I have your babies here. They're so cute. The branding is incredible.
Thank you.
You were a model you're still a model, but why now at 34 years old were you like, this product needs to exist and I'm the one that needs to make it?
Okay, I always wanted to like do something else besides modeling, even though I've modeled now for almost 20 years.
Wow.
And it just became like tiring. The modeling game changed a lot with social media and all of that, which is great, but it's also like you have to adapt and evolve together with like all these changes. And I just felt like, I don't know, I wanted to do something different and it wasn't really fulfilling me as much as it used to. And so I was like, I need to do something else. And I met different people that I felt like it was putting my life in that right moment. They were the ones that told me like, Mari, like you should do something in cosmetics. And at first it was gonna be SPF and bronzing and tanning and stuff. And because that's very Brazilian too. And fast forward, I realized that like I really have a big passion for lymphatic drainage, and it's something that's really lacking here in the United States. And I feel like I have been doing lymphatic drainage since I'm 13 years old. I always loved it, and I've been watching my mom go into these appointments, and I was always like, what is that? What's happening? And my mom explained to me and then made an appointment when I was 13 or 14, and I fell in love with it. And then when I started traveling for modeling, I realized, oh, there is not a lot of lymphatic drainage outside of Brazil. It's a very like Latin type of like beauty, how to say
Like service or
like beauty treatment. And so I was like, maybe this is the product I should make, because I already had like the lab connections. I was like set up. I already chose the name Gente, because I use this name all the time when I talk. And it became kind of like my thing. So I was like, I need to make this as like a lymphatic drainage, because I feel like this is something lacking here in the United States.
What does the name mean?
Gente, it means people in Portuguese, and in Spanish and in Italian it means people, but it's also an expression. When you're saying like, oh my God, for something bad or good, like, oh my God, let me tell you something, we say gente before
That's so
that
cute.
sentence.
So we start saying
Gente, let me tell you something, gente, this happened to me today, you're not gonna believe, gente. So it's like, it can be
so
for good
cute.
or bad. It's like an expression, and I say it all the time.
Okay, so
and
it's
I have
very
a
you.
tattoo that says gente. So when the brand came around, I wanted it to be for everybody, and Gente means people, so it's just became.
It was kismet. It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Okay, but I need to ask, so lymphatic drainage, I think when people think of lymphatic drainage, it's, it's gua sha, it's facial massage, it's someone else doing something to you. How does your product do that, or do you use it in tandem with the motion of like a
You mean a
lymphatic?
tool? You mean a tool?
Sure,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
tool,
does
or
it,
like
yeah.
in lymphatic drainage massage,
Yeah,
you typically
yeah.
think of
Right.
it. But like putting on the product, what is it doing specifically?
So the products have some specific ingredients that are grown in Brazil. They are native Brazilian grown. And what the products are doing in your body is like when you get a lymphatic drainage massage, you can get it with a different oil or, with a lotion. But our lotions have those ingredients that awaken the lymphatic system. They help the microcirculation to happen and they stay in your body. They have antioxidants like guarana, acai. They're huge in antioxidants. So those products that are staying in your skin, they're continue that treatment for you. They're staying there to like nourish your skin and awaken your lymphatic system and really help those toxins to move around. And they are very just like special for lymphatic drainage in general, because the girls that are outside of Brazil performing lymphatic massages, the Brazilian girls, they bring the products from Brazil because they don't find anything here. So I know like a lot of lymphatic spas here, lymphatic massage spas that are bringing the products all from Brazil because they don't want to use something that's not like complementing the work of the lymphatic drainage. You need to have those products that are also working on their own when you apply them.
I see. Okay, so it is in tandem with the massage. We need like a Gente beauty massage somewhere, or like a
a spa.
You need a
should do a
spa.
pop-up spa.
I
where we
mean,
could get
we've done
lymphatic-
that.
Oh, you've
yeah.
done. She's
you
like,
have?
bitch, we've already done that.
Not like that. I really wish we have like a place that was like
Yes.
always there, you
Yeah.
know, like an actual spa. I think like we'll get there eventually, but we've done pop-ups during Fashion Week, during Miami Swim Week, during different like times of like Oscars, Grammys, like
Right,
all of the stuff
Where you
that
need,
people
like, a
want to get
treatment.
ready. We partner with different lymphatic drainage spas or lymphatic drainage like just specialists that are going from house to house to the like celebrities and people that like want to look good on red carpets and whatever. And so like we have like partner with that. But I really wish that one day we have like a spa that's like Gente.
Oh my God, I would be there.
100%.
I would be there every single day.
Yeah.
I feel like lymphatic drainage for me, I've gone through, I mean, as you said, it's not really that popular in America. We did not grow up with it. I feel like people are just now talking about it. And so I do on my face a lot because my face, you can see what I eat in my face. Like my face and my hands.
Sushi face.
Yeah,
I
it
call
like changes, or like wine or something. It changes like
puffer fish.
it's like, it's like you go 2 sizes up and then you go down based upon what I eat. So I was so grateful when I found it because it was such a nice way. And I suffer with a lot of headaches. So the lymphatic drainage in the head, specifically the massage, just naturally like it releases tension from your body.
Right.
So I've been dabbling and loving the benefits of it, but I want to hear your lymphatic drainage ritual. How often are you doing it? What are you doing? How many times a week? What does it look like? Is it just putting the lotion on? Are you gua shaing? Like what's the whole thing?
So I do it pretty much every day because it's very quick if you go with our box, the purple one, and you scan the code on the side here, it will show you how to do like your self lymphatic, and you can do it like
it's amazing.
for how long time you have. So like if I have 10 minutes, I'll just like quickly go on like my stomach, my legs, if I'm feeling bloated from like something that I ate, wine, or if I'm like getting my period, like I can just like quickly do that and I feel better about myself too. And I just go about my day like and have those ingredients working for me during the day too on my skin. But pretty much every day, I do go to a professional every 15 days. So like twice a month, I try to go to like a professional lymphatic drainage person as well, because that's also very important to get like that really good results like you're talking about. But I match that with a lot of other things so that I can get the best results, which like always eating healthy and working out and just trying to like have a good lifestyle. But like sometimes we just can't, like we're traveling, we are eating in different times and there's different time zones and you're not eating as healthy or you're drinking, and all of that reflects in how you're looking with the water retention, because our lymphatic system is always working on its own. So we have our lymph nodes and we have like little like lymphatic movements that are happening to move that water. But sometimes our lymphatic system gets overwhelmed with what we eat or period or what we drink and lifestyle. And so it can get overwhelmed. That's why when you feel sick, you have a headache, or your lymph nodes can feel overwhelmed. They can feel swollen because all of the virus and bacteria and toxins are going to the lymph nodes so they can get eliminated from our body, from the lymph nodes. And all of that is like can be eliminated faster if you do the lymphatic massage. The body is doing its work on its own, but if you do the massage, you are just helping that water to move faster, to get faster to the lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes will send it to your bladder, and then you pee.
Wow.
Do you know why? And this might be a doctor question. Can you diagnose me real quick? Do you know why some people retain more water? Like me, like I retain so much water. Like my rings are either tight, or they could be tight or loose in the same day for me. That's how much I, fluctuate with water weight and
I'm the same way.
with water retention.
I'm the same.
So does that mean that my lymph nodes specifically, that my lymphatic system just needs a little bit more support to move it out? And if so, I should be doing this all on a daily basis throughout my whole body? Is that what it means? If I retain water easily, my lymph, it just needs more support?
Yeah, I think there are two things. One thing is genetics, so you can't change that.
Yeah.
I have the same problem. I feel like I retain a lot of liquid. Like if I travel, I immediately see. I have some friends that they travel, they take the plane, and they are not like immediately bloated. Some people just like eat something. Like if I drink, I see it immediately too. And some people don't have that. They need to drink a whole week straight, and then they will see the difference. But one thing is genetics, so you can't really change that. But one thing that I've learned is that if you are consistent with your lymphatic massage, your body will just get that rhythm better. So like your lymphatic system will work a little faster and better if you are consistent with the massage. But there is something with the DNA that like you can change that. But it's a combination of like understanding how your body is and like just being consistent with the lymphatic massage really helps.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know.
I was gonna say for bloatedness, you're like, do you see immediate results when you do kind of like a lymphatic drainage around your stomach if you're very bloated?
Immediate.
Those
It's
videos,
like-
have you ever seen those girls go in?
Yeah, my before and after are insane because I do retain a lot of liquid. I know I'm like small and skinny and it feels like, oh, you don't retain liquid. But if I do a massage, you will see like how it's so crazy.
So do you have to just like pee immediately after?
Maybe you're small and
Yes,
skinny because you're doing so many fucking lymphatic drainage.
Also,
Yeah.
yes,
That's why you don't look bloated.
when you go in for the lymphatic massage and they start working on you, it's already like my lymphatic girl, she always tells me like, I touch you and immediately your body's just like, okay, this is happening. And it's just working with her. And she's like, it's because it's so used to it now.
Wow.
So that also like the consistency just makes it like, it's a reminder when you start, your body's just like, oh, let's do it.
Okay, so do you remember a couple of years ago when I ate ramen one night?
just the one time you've eaten ramen.
I love ramen.
I love ramen.
It's so good.
no,
I
ramen
woke
makes
up.
you-
You don't remember that photo that I sent you? I woke up and my face.
It was,
You don't remember this?
No.
I actually coincidentally had a lymphatic just facial massage that day, and then I sent you a photo after, and it was like it was two different human beings.
Yeah.
It was so
Empowered.
different. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to
The
get
before and afters are really insane. Like, I don't know if like during this we can show pictures, but like I have so many from myself and from other people that, even from one leg to the other. We love to do that. You do one leg and normally starts from the left leg. I always say that to people because our biggest lymph nodes are more to the left side, just like our heart. So
Wow,
because
okay.
the heart is always pumping the blood has that support, from the heart, always pumping. But the water doesn't have that. That's why it's also one of the good reasons why you should do a massage, because it's almost like you're doing the heart's work for the water retention to move around.
Wow,
Because when
okay.
you're standing up all day or when you're sitting down, so gravity is acting, right? And like it's hard for the body to bring the water up. So when you're doing the massage, you are doing that movement that the heart's doing for the blood, because it all works together. The blood and the water, they're all together, but the blood is inside of the vein and the water is kind of like all over.
That's why you do the legs up.
Exactly. Yes. We
Are
just
you a
filmed
dry
a video
brusher?
like that. Huh?
Do you dry brush?
Not a lot. We don't have a lot of dry brush like culture in Brazil. It's more like the gua sha, and we have like the wood tools or the bamboo that we like to use for that. The dry brush I like sometimes, but I don't think it should be like a daily thing for me at least. I think it like can damage your skin if you're just dry. It's almost like you are scrubbing every day.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should be doing that, but that's like a personal thing that like in Brazil we don't have so much of that culture. I know it became like a huge thing like to dry brush. I just like don't think that that's so healthy for the skin cells.
So wait, so you have someone in LA that you love to go to for lymphatic?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you don't need
Can you
to say or
text?
just
Can you
tell
just let us know later?
Yeah, let us know
Yes,
so we
I
can book
can.
an appointment.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to talk to you about the Aloe Gym.
Okay.
I would like to say, first of all, I saw you putting on the product before you worked out. What does that do?
Wait, question did Aloe make a gym
Okay,
in Los Angeles?
Let's talk about the Aloe Gym. I want to talk about the Aloe
I keep
Gym.
seeing
Mari is a frequent proponent and visitor. Okay, let me talk
there's
about
an
the Aloe
actual gym.
Let me talk about the Aloe Gym.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I was working
I don't
with
live here,
Aloe
so.
for my company, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come for a workout?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." Like, you mean at like the Aloe store, like the yoga that you guys have on the rooftop at the Beverly Hills store? And I was like, I could just get that on ClassPass. And they're like, no, like it's at our HQ. Like, you'll come. And I was like, okay. Like I don't know where I've been on the internet, but I just had no idea. I show up. They give me like all the clothes and like I'm being like royal princess treatment. They walk me through the whole thing, and we took a yoga class, and I took a little video, and then I go home and I was like, that was fabulous. Like I didn't realize it was like just a gym for the employees, I thought. Okay.
It's a private gym.
Our stepsister texts me. She's like, "You went to the Aloe Gym." She starts freaking out. It's like where all the celebrities go. Kylie,
Oh, wait, you have
everyone.
to be invited.
You
can't-
have to be invited, and it's like this whole thing. And when she told me that, I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "All right, I gotta."
You gotta get back in the
I
Aloe
gotta
Gym.
get back in the Aloe Gym.
You gotta get back in the Aloe Gym.
So anyway, so I saw Mari at the Aloe Gym. So how do you like the Aloe Gym? I guess that's the question. What's it like on the inside?
Well, I have been working with Aloe for 5 years now.
Yeah.
When they first started their influencer program, which was genius, and they kind of launched this like influencer thing where they got all the girls that were like modeling, and then from there they grew to like the actresses and the singers, and whoever is popping, they're just like, come,
They grab them,
yeah, come work for us. And I think that's a genius strategy. And I was one of the first girls ever like with their influencer program. So
Wow.
I've been with them for so long. I love them so
Yeah,
much.
they're
I
in a
love
great team, yeah.
the team. I became really close with a lot of people there, and it's just been great. And then when they started doing the gym and everything, it became kind of like it's a part of your contract. You come here, you make content, and it's just so much easier for us because there's like aloe everywhere, and you get a good workout. They have saunas,
Ice bath,
yeah, they have everything, and so you were just like it's a full treatment. Then they started doing lymphatic drainage as well, and they started carrying our products because the lymphatic drainage and all of that. And so it was a great like combination of like what I'm doing to what they're doing. And one of the owners, Danny, which I love, like really supports like what I'm doing too. So like it's kind of like everyone's helping everyone.
Synergistic,
Yeah.
like
Oh, that sounds
partnership.
so lovely.
And when we did the product, the green product is for
I'm like a
You're like a
Here.
Vanna White. You're a Vanna
Thank
White.
you.
what's the
Vanna
QVC?
White.
Oh yeah,
She's the
yeah,
girl
she is the
on-
girl.
I love it. Yeah.
So this product by Cellulite, there is a lot of caffeine and guarana in it, and the combination of these ingredients make you. I don't know if you guys tried the products yet, but it burns.
tried it.
So
Oh, it
it
burns.
feels like it's working. You are like sweating more, and you feel that burning sensation. And so whatever area that you apply, you will feel that burning sensation. So before workout, I always
Oh,
recommend.
so
I'm
you're
like,
putting this one on
I'm
as
put-
for the workout.
I put
the
in like
cellulite.
different parts where I'm like, I wanna, get more toned, and I wanna feel like it's working for me, like my butt, my thighs, stomach. If you wanna get like
It's not
shredded,
like necessarily about cellulite. It's just like
Exactly, no.
It's like muscle. Almost.
It's tightening the skin. Tightening the skin.
tightening the skin and really burning like that extra like fat or a fat layer because
interesting.
it doesn't really burn your skin. You'll feel the sensation after 20 minutes when you apply. So it's really when it's getting deeper to that fat layer, when it finds that fat layer, it's when it start working.
Wow.
It's a very like unique technology that's like came out not long ago, and it's very popular in Brazil. So when I told my lab in Brazil, they were like, for sure we can make this product, like, and it's gonna be, people will feel that it's working.
Okay, what? 2 questions. One really fast, not that I'm pregnant. Are these pregnancy safe or no?
The green one, no,
Okay, that's why I
because
had a feeling.
we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want, you know, like excessive caffeine for like mom's milk and child development. The lymphatic drainage effect is okay to do it on the legs,
Yes.
but always avoid the belly
The womb area.
I would say don't use it if you are pregnant, and if you are breastfeeding, definitely don't use the green one.
Got
But
it.
yeah.
Okay. And then second, it fascinates me that, that things in Brazil are so popular and beauty treatments that aren't here. What do you think the main difference between ideologically the way Brazil looks at beauty and the way Americans look at beauty? What do you think is the main difference?
I think here is a lot about the face. There is a lot of like really amazing facials, face treatments and rituals and face routines. I didn't really know about like face care before I moved here because we don't have that much face care in Brazil. It's a lot body.
I love how you call it face care.
I know. I like that face care.
Because we call it skincare, but like in America, when you say skincare, it just means right here.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
we have
like
skin
it's
everywhere
always like
else.
skin is like our biggest organ of our body. So it's like going everywhere. So yes, face care, I guess it was makes sense more for me, especially if you translate in Portuguese.
It makes sense in general more than skincare.
But yeah, skincare is like more popular here. So I think that's the biggest difference. There is not a lot of body care. I see more now because I think it's becoming a trend and people are paying attention. But I think that will be like the biggest difference. It's so hot in Brazil all the time. It's very, tropical. And we have the carnival. We have such a like culture of like not really wearing a lot of clothes, and so your body is exposed so much. So the urgency to like take care of your body, I think it's like more. We are also just like Latinos, like I guess like there is this like more sexual thing, and it, people want to feel like sexy all the time, and I think the body carries more that than the face.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Agreed,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
that's the biggest difference I see. Like there's not a lot of body care here as much as in Brazil, and there's not a lot of face care in Brazil. So
That's very
we need
interesting.
to learn that too.
That's very interesting.
I want to talk about armpits because I know they have big lymph nodes in
Yes.
them, right?
Yes.
And that's why everyone's trying to do aluminum-free deodorant because it doesn't block
Yes.
the lymphs. I mean, just from a selfish standpoint, like I have just been like rash in my armpits. I think because of like the lymphs are blocked
When you use
I use aluminum.
when you use regular deodorant,
Yeah,
not
deodorant.
natural, because it
Both.
used to happen when you use natural,
Now
not
it's
regular.
both. Now
this
it's
is
both.
a new update.
This
I
is
didn't
a
know
new
this
update. Okay, sister, update. Now my aluminum deodorant is making me rash. So I'm now like, okay, I guess I'll just go to natural. But what's going on with the armpits? Can we use the product on the armpits?
Yes,
to get
please do
yes,
that.
please.
Yes.
Like,
Please.
She's like, let me help you.
Use
get the
that.
rash out of your
I mean,
armpits.
yes. I mean, I am also trying to find different alternatives for deodorants right now. If
Totally.
anybody have
I do.
different
I
ideas,
love
please let me-
Hume, Hume.
Okay.
I have been
haven't heard that
using
one.
it for over a year now.
And you don't smell?
Okay.
No,
'Cause I smell.
No, not with Hume.
I smell too. That's why I'm like.
You don't smell,
I'm,
Mari.
I do. I try to like. I'm really every time like I spray myself with aluminum like deodorant. I'm like
I
have. There is a feeling of like this is not
not
right.
gonna work, and it's
like
not gonna work.
My body is just like this is not. I don't know.
No,
I
the
agree.
aluminum
I
one.
agree.
No. Try Hume, Hume. I swear, I feel so confident in it. I don't even really realize that I'm using natural deodorant. It's been a whole
Really?
year. You haven't told me I smelled.
That's true.
You have literally never told me that.
I know it is.
Okay.
I highly, highly recommend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Hume. They have a bunch of different
This is not an
scents. It's not, and it's really. I won't do any other deodorant because I just feel really confident in
Okay,
this one.
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
So
But
we
yeah,
can put on
the
the
lymph
product though,
nodes here are
like massage.
they're very important,
Yeah.
and it's like one of like the biggest that we have are under the armpit.
Yeah.
And sometimes like also when you're feeling sick or congestion, you can also do and then massage from your chest to the lymph nodes. You can massage this way like 20 times and then this way 20 times. Always activate the lymph nodes so they're just right here, and you just like pump them for like 10 times each side. And then you can also do your arm. You know, a lot of people complain about arms. They want to have skinnier arms. So like here are very important like lymph nodes, and it just open them up and do the massage.
I need to do the arms because that's something that no matter where I am weight wise, and I work out a lot, and so I get really frustrated that my arms aren't like perfectly sculpted, and I'm just like, maybe I'm blocking all the lymph.
And now you're
With
taking
the
a rash.
deodorant.
And now I have a rash, and my arms are like, you know, and I need to like fucking get it all out
You
there.
should go to a lymphatic like massage.
Do
You're just
one
gonna,
arm
like,
and one
pee for
arm.
like an hour afterwards. Like all of your arms come out of you.
You can also do on each other. We just posted a video today on your TikTok where we teach like 3 steps on how you can do it for a friend.
Okay.
So you
Wait,
can
I
help.
am just imagining
we need to
the
do-
video content. I don't think you want us to do it.
Yes.
It is going to be the silliest.
We'll give you some.
I'm sure
we'll give
because
you
it's
some
sisters.
UGC.
It's like me and my sister too. I would be like,
Yeah, be like, what are we doing?
We'll be
Get
on the
off me.
floor. We'll be on the floor laughing.
but there is that option too.
Yeah,
But the arms, it's really simple. You can do it
Yeah.
on yourself, and you know, we try to make this product so people could do it
At home.
on themselves at home. They dry really fast, which is great because they don't get sticky on your clothes, and so it's just like for that self lymphatic. Really,
Okay, great.
You want to go?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say just a quick pivot, real quick.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah.
You were going to pivot too. Yeah, no, you were going. What has been the craziest thing about running your own business? The biggest challenge that you've faced in this transition from being a model to a product-based business owner?
so many challenges.
Yeah.
I think there is like a few things. One thing for sure is that you can't really trust everyone around you. And, you know, it's a very lonely road to make your own brand and to start something from scratch and start something new where you have to teach people about what you believe and
lot of
really like,
education.
sell that idea to others. So like, so many things are hard. Like you can't trust a lot of people. Raising money is really hard. It's very lonely. And, you know, like I feel like I started really naive and I just was, you know, telling everyone about it and like telling the secrets what our products were gonna have. And, you know, I trusted people to get into the brand and they weren't very qualified to be in. So there's a lot of like learning too, which is great. Now I know so much. But you know, trusting people is hard, and you really see also who are like the real people in your life, who stands by you and your ideas, and who is supporting you, and who is just there to just like not support.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of like good lessons on like just, you know, how to navigate it in a way that's like good for you, but also like you just have to like be careful, I feel like, with like people that you involve in that, and it becomes like lonely sometimes, and that's like the biggest thing I have learned, to just be like, accept this is gonna be a little like lonely road for a little while.
You don't have to be lonely. There's so many women who have businesses and who have product-based businesses that I am
want to support you, too.
100% confident nominating in addition to nominating Maddie and I to support you. There's so many women who have product-based businesses, who are doing what you're doing, who have transitioned careers, or who are in the public eye doing this, that would bend over backwards to
I
take
think
a
of,
call and help you and support
Emily
you.
Donato, she was on the podcast. She transitioned from model to
I feel like
skincare.
she'd be such a great,
a lot of
I
support.
mean, obviously I have like a lot of friends and people in the industry that I've met over time now that are so supportive and so helpful. There's so many people that are amazing and great. But it is a market in the end, and you are like there's so much competition in this market, and like any market. And so it's just like knowing who you can trust and who not.
Yeah.
And obviously I want to support all women's brands, and especially women's owned businesses, and Latin owners and everything. But sometimes it just gets a little
Well, because at the end of the I understand.
toxic,
Yeah.
Well, also at the end of the day, you're the only one that makes the final decision, and that feeling can get lonely sometimes too.
yeah
Yeah, like there's,
yeah
you're the final say, and sometimes it's like, can someone else have a final say?
It's
For
like
sure.
crazy.
It's very overwhelming because right now in the brand it's only me and my partner Nicole, and we do so much and we do a lot that I'm sometimes I don't even feel qualified to, and
That's
I just have to
entrepreneurship.
go,
Yeah, totally.
and learn and just
You Google. Just be like,
exactly.
how the fuck do you do
yeah,
this?
you
Yeah.
just you just learn.
Google.
If you really want to do this, you just have to go for it and just figure it out. And
Yeah.
you can always figure it out if you
Yeah.
really like love what you're doing.
Okay, let's
Amen.
talk about time management, because you are a busy woman. You're not only a model, but you have this company you're growing, and then you're like traveling the world with your boyfriend, who is one half of the Chainsmokers. So where does time management and building a business that's so new, like where does it all fit in?
Well, when we launched the brand, I realized that I really had to commit to the brand because I was still like traveling so much for modeling, and it's still my main job because it's still where I get my income from. And so I realized that I just had to choose at some point to step out from like some events or fashion weeks, or just really with my agency, I had to sit down with them and be like, there are some jobs that it's not worth it for me right now, because there's so much time consuming to either going to the jobs or going to the castings, and all of that was okay when I only was modeling. But then with the brand, I really have to dedicate like my everything. Like I was like living and breathing and thinking about this brand the whole time, and I still am. And so I kind of had to start, to choose some parts of like, I'm not gonna, like, for example, now there's Cannes Film Festival. I have been going for the past 4 years, but this year I just didn't have time. I
You know
just
what?
couldn't. We are launching new
Fashion
products.
wasn't that great this year.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, I was looking and
Yeah.
I was like coming off the Met. I was like, what is happening in Cannes right now? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what are people wearing. It was boring. It was so boring this year. So it's
Yeah.
good that you missed it. It was fine.
Exactly.
know,
So
it was
I
fine.
made the right choice. But sometimes it's like, and it's hard because it's all I've done my whole life. It's like, I want to be there, I want to model and everything. And then I'm like, but I can't. Like, if I really want this business to work, I have to commit in another level. And so I'm trying to like navigate everything that I see important, because also like traveling, you meet a lot of people. There's a lot of people that really helped me along the way that I met in my traveling and going places and being seen in places. It's important. So just trying to like have a balance between all of it and realizing like, I want this. I want to get away a little bit from modeling and step down and be like, maybe just go into the shows now instead of walking the shows, and like being in bigger campaigns and like just doing all types of like photo shoots and being in everything. Like I do want to be more like an entrepreneur now and really embrace my brand. We are growing now. We have like new products. And so, finding the balance. It's not very easy, but we're doing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
you're doing
you
it.
seem like you're doing it really well. I mean,
You're doing it.
what kind of entrepreneur are you, would you say? Because it seems that you have this like calming, grounding, like, I know what I'm doing. I understand this product. I understand this market. I don't know. There's feels like there's this confidence you have
Yeah.
with the business that I don't think a lot of entrepreneurs with their first business have. So like what is that with you, or is that just how you've always been with projects you've started?
I think both. I think I have always been confident in general. I think, I don't know, I think in Brazil, we are more confident in general because we are very mixed in Brazil. So like anybody could be Brazilian. There's not like a stereotype or a way that you look or something that you do that makes you like better or feel better. I feel like there's like this, it's a little different in Brazil. It's more natural how you like accept yourself and who you are and how you take care of yourself. It's more than we don't like compare ourselves as much as I think like here in the United States. Obviously, there is like comparison anywhere in the world, but I think we just have like this extra, I don't know, confidence in Brazil that's just from our culture, I think. But I don't know. I came into this business very humbled because I knew I didn't know anything and I wanted to learn. I was really like the people that designed our, made our designs for us, and people in our lab in Brazil and people in our production. Like I learned, like I didn't know anything. So I was like, I'm gonna learn from these people. I'm gonna let them. Everybody's gonna do their job how they're supposed to. Even in our campaign, I knew what I wanted to show, but I wanted to leave the photographer and the stylist and everybody free to do what they could do best.
That's great.
So I wanted to learn from like, you are doing products and that's what your degree is about. Like I want to learn from you and you do your job. So I think like opening space to learn and to like know you don't know everything.
And not micromanaging. I think that's really healthy where you're coming at it as, I trust you and your abilities and your job, and I'm gonna let you do your thing. And like
That's what the best leaders do.
The best leaders, and also you are comfortable saying what you don't know, which I think a lot of people would struggle with, where they're like, no, I know everything. I'm the entrepreneur. I'm supposed to know everything. Yeah. Whereas no, there's power in being like, hey, I don't know, and I'm gonna hire someone that's better at this than me, so that we can get the best possible result.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of like intuition in what I want to do, and I know lymphatic drainage is something that's real and it works, and there is a lot of like I know that I'm doing something that works, and I think the confidence comes from that there. But I also think like making this brand a real thing is not something I knew how to do, and then I just like slowly like I'm learning, and I'm opening space for people to do their job, but like the message is just, I know that this message is real, and that's I think why the confidence is there, because I'm not selling something that I'm like, oh, let me just put my name here, and like we made these products from scratch, and like they smell. I was involved in every step of the way, so I knew what I wanted to do, and I think that's where it's coming from.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Should we ask our last question?
Yes, but wait, before that, I just want one thing. I think it's so interesting. I did want to ask that. I was going to go there, but then I was like, wait. The confidence piece that you just said about Brazilians versus Americans, what do you think American women need to know that your culture taught you that we're struggling with here as women in America? Because I don't think America breeds confident women.
Especially LA here where we live. I think social media plays a big part in it nowadays, and it's unfortunate because it's everywhere, and I feel like people have a lack of confidence just because there is only this one stereotype of women that looks good, which is like, they're done up and really skinny or tall or whatever. Like you just have to look this one way, which is sad. Like a lot of girls in LA look the same. And I think it really is like, it's very cliche to say this, but like it's really accepting you were born with this body and this face. How can you make this the better version that you can be? Like how can you shape this to be like the best version that you can be? So like I feel like in Brazil, like if a girl is a little bit bigger and she has some cellulite, she doesn't care. She's gonna put her smallest bikini. She's gonna go to the beach. That's her body. She's gonna like put her oils and her creams, and she's gonna look beautiful. In Brazil, we have like the hair needs to be done and smelling nice, and the nails have to be done. There's like these little things that you just feel good about yourself. You don't have to look perfect. It's a lot about like feeling good inside. You just like you did your little like body care, and you did your nails, and you're smelling nice. There's a lot of showers in Brazil too. We like to feel clean, and I think that's like the biggest thing is just like accepting who you are, like how you were born, and how can you, of course, like do treatments, do what you think you should do to like feel better, but like how can you feel better inside? Then it will show on the outside. I think that's like, I don't know, it's something that I see when I'm in Brazil. Like girls are just really confident. It doesn't matter like if they are in the stereotype or not. They just feel like that. It just has a feeling,
It's definitely not something we grew up with here.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. It's a thing that American women really struggle with, and I don't think that American women innately have this sexy fire in them or this confident. It's a lot more about hiding and fixing and changing.
Yeah, which is so sad because I feel like the world looks up to the US in so many ways. And I think in beauty ways as well. Like obviously in Brazil, we look at American women in movies and we're like, wow, like they're so gorgeous. Like look at, you know, Julia Roberts or Cameron Diaz. And it's so different than Brazilians because they're like tall and like and it's so strange that you guys wouldn't have this culture here. I think it's really something that you have to look in the inside of you, you know?
Yeah. Definitely, 100%.
Beautiful.
You just left us with a gift. Okay.
I know. Well, okay. We ask every woman that comes on OK Sister this: if you were to brag about one thing in your life and you can't be humble, what would you brag about?
I think my height.
I love that.
Fuck yes. Were you ever insecure about your height, or were from the beginning you're like, fuck yeah?
I think when I was younger, you know, like, I don't know if here in the US you guys have that, but I'm sure you do. When you are in school and they like line you up.
Yeah.
And they put like
to go to class or whatever. Like they in Brazil, in my school at least, they would always line us up as height.
Oh yeah.
And I would always feel like the girls, the shorter girls were cuter because they're just like so petite and so like cute. And I was always like so tall and like as tall as the guys. And I was just like felt awkward in many times in my life, I think. And, you know, I've been called giraffe and all of that stuff in school. And so, like, I think that made me feel sometimes like not, like, just awkward, you know? Like, just like, no, I didn't fit in those, like, between, like, 12 and 15 years old. But it also came with so much, like, I played volleyball for so long in my life, and that was so helpful, you know, to be tall. And then obviously like got into modeling because of my height as well, one of the things. And so I think like a lot of the things that I love to do, because of my height, I can do them. And I don't know, like it just feels great to be a little bit higher than everybody else.
And also concerts are probably amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You can see everything.
Yes,
That's
it's
amazing.
great. You put high heels and you're taller. I'm taller than my boyfriend, taller than everybody. It just feels sometimes like,
You're like, I have like
nice.
a front row seat. It doesn't matter.
As a very, very short girl, I can.
No, I was at a concert this weekend, and
I'm so
and my boyfriend was like, "Oh, this person in front of us." I'm like, "What do you expect? You think I'm gonna go anywhere and not be able to see? I'm not looking. I can't see anything. I'm just hearing. Like I can't. I'm just hearing. Like he's like, let's try to move in front. I'm like, there's gonna be another tall person right in front. Like,
he should put you on the shoulders.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Well, that would be a sight to see.
Your height is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It is
you,
regal.
guys.
It is
I love that
elegant.
you
It is
bragged
all
about
of
that.
it.
That was
Me too. I
amazing.
love that.
Okay,
Thank
tell
you.
everyone where they can find you, find Gente Beauty and everything.
Well, you can find Gente Beauty in gentebeauty.com.
Yes.
It spells GENTE.
Yes.
.com, Amazon, Revolve, Anthropology. We are getting into a few other retailers I can't say right now, but we're growing and you're gonna be able to find us in more places. We also sell in Brazil. And yeah, go on our Instagram, Gente Beauty, our TikTok, and you can find more information how to do lymphatic drainage on yourself.
And you might
when
see
to
a
use the
video.
products.
You might see a video of me and Scout doing it on each other.
For sure. Yes.
We
the
did
arms. I
did
wanna
each
see.
other's makeup once. Like
you
I
don't.
did
Love.
her makeup with my makeup, and she did
It
my
was-
makeup with her makeup.
And-
It was.
We need to send it to you. It was.
It
It was
was a
probably the
shit
most.
show.
It was probably the.
We really try to be like
But
cool
that's what
girls
people
want to
see, I feel like.
People loved it. Like it was so embarrassing and ridiculous, but.
Yeah.
So we'll
It
be
was
doing
great.
the lymphatic drainage on each
We'll
other,
do that.
and
We'll
so
do that.
follow everyone on
Please.
TikTok for that. Thank you so
Sisters.
much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. That was so fun.
Yes. Love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That was
Thank you,
so
guys.